Hello and welcome to Favorite Rugby on Favorite Sport. For today's 5 things learned between South Africa versus Ireland. And we had a couple of days now since the match. A bit heartbreaking for a lot of South Africans who really felt that we had done enough, that the Springboks had done enough to perform and to get a result. Unfortunately, not quite going our way in the end, but not all doom and gloom, I think, and that's the main thing. And today I'm going to be looking at 5 sort of takeaways that I took away from the game. And had a bit of time to reflect on a few things, and yeah, these are just some of the things that sort of I identified and some sort of my immediate reactions, which a couple of days later are sort of still sticking with me as well. So obviously this is my opinion. I want to know what yours are and what your takeaways from the game are and how you're sort of feeling a couple of days later. You know, we're about a day or two away from the Tonga team announcement, where we basically then sort of just shift into gear. We sort of leave behind the disappointment of that Ireland result, and we really sort of start to push into a new week and a new opportunity to try and get ourselves back on track for this World Cup defense. Before I show you exactly what my 5 things learned are, please, I want to know please let me know what yours are. Please do smash like on the video and please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, shall we get through this, shall we? So we'll start with number 1, and that is as follows. We cannot ignore the goal kicking issue. It is something that we've been trying to sort of get through and trying to hope that will correct itself. It's not so far. And is it the sole reason we lost on Saturday? No, probably not. Is it a massive contributing factor? Yes, definitely. It's easy to speculate because some people are saying, well, you know, if the Boxer kicked well, then Ireland would have just taken the points where they could have and not gone for touch. Again, it's an easy sort of speculation. The reality is 11 points left out there is a problem when you lose by 5 points. It means that, you know, if you had gotten half the points left out there, we could have drawn or won that game. So yes, we should have taken our chances a bit better when we were in the Ireland 22 and stuff like that, 100%. But the goal kicking is an issue, and it is something that needs to be addressed. And there's no easy fix. I mean, a lot of people sort of suggesting, well, you just bring back Andre Pollard and all of a sudden, you know, we start winning these games. But first of all, we don't know what form Pollard is in. He hasn't played a lot of rugby in the last, you know, 4 or 5 months. And yeah, as a goal kicker, he's a very solid goal kicker, but he's never been a world-class goal kicker. He's had some very good periods during his career where he's operated in sort of the 80%. But both the last 2 World Cups, I think, are 74 and 76% percentages, which is a lot higher than our current kickers at the moment. So there definitely would be an improvement. But it doesn't, you know, bringing back Pollard doesn't mean suddenly you get 10 penalties in the game and he's going to get you 30 points. You know, he's always been a very solid goal kicker, but it's never been his greatest trait. So that's not necessarily just a quick fix solution. There's no guarantee that you bring him in and all of a sudden everything's going to work. But it is an issue. It is something that needs to be addressed. He will feature this weekend, and it'll be interesting to see exactly how he does off the tee, because whatever the reason to our poor performance, something has to be done, and we do need to look at how we can improve that. Right, number 2. Damien De Allende proving his worth. Not that I think there's really needed proving, but a bit of a reminder this weekend of what Damien De Allende brings to the party. I thought he had an absolutely brilliant game. I thought him and Bandiaki were one of the star performers in the game itself. You know, 2 inside centers going at each other, making line breaks, getting through meters. And I thought Damien De Allende was incredibly industrious, getting over the advantage line almost every single time he got the ball. Yeah, he was back close to his best, I thought. You know, defensively was pretty solid. But on the attack, getting meters, getting over the advantage line, driving opposition back. He sat down a couple of Irish players in a game that was incredibly physical. He was actually, you know, pretty head and shoulders above the rest with regards to his physicality he himself brought. So it was good to see him playing with a bit of confidence and a bit more sort of go forward, really. Right, number 3, Ireland can match the Springboks' physicality. So I don't think anyone's ever going to be more physical than the Springboks at the moment, especially with the 7-1 split and the 4 dominates. But what Ireland did show this weekend is that they've got the players and they've got the capacity to be able to match it. And matching the Springboks up front is a huge step in the right direction to nullify the Springbok game plan. You know, a couple of scrum penalties, for example, that Ireland converted, a couple of big clashes. It was a pretty epic game in regards to that. You know, some huge collisions, very legal collisions, and 2 games of 2 big packs going at each other. But what I think Ireland showed is that they've got a physical pack. They've got the likes of a Tyke Byrne, a Tyke Furlong, a Caden Doris, Capito Marnie, who can really match at the team's physicality, and in the modern game that is crucial in trying to win games. And I thought that Ireland displayed that very, very well this weekend. Right, number 4, Damian Willemse cannot be left out. What a world-class performance from him this weekend. I keep maintaining that I think that he is got potential to be one of the best, if not the best players in the world. This weekend, I thought once again reinforced that. I thought every single time he touched the ball, he made something happen. I think he made 11 carries, like well over, I think it was 100 meters odd, beating like 5 defenders. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. And it's interesting to see what will happen with regards to the makeup of the team. Some people saying that they missed Vili Leroux's distribution, the fact that we didn't manage to get our wings into play as much this past weekend. But playing Vili Leroux suddenly means you lose David Willemse, who was brilliant under the high balls, brilliant on defense, for example. He's the all-round package of David Willemse. So, he probably goes back to the bench potentially in the clutch games if we need Vili Leroux to play. But one thing is for certain, he's become incredibly important to the box. And yeah, I think he's going to be absolutely world-class. The final thing is the World Cup is still anyone's to take. Yes, Ireland won this weekend. Ireland are undefeated. One of our 3 teams, I think, 4 teams who are undefeated. The likes of Wales, England, and France as well. However, I think the big thing that a lot of players, and even Irish fans, will admit, that Springboks are definitely not out of it. And I think that no team for me, Ireland probably the closest, but no team for me has looked untouchable. I think that's the big thing. Yes, the Boks lost to Ireland this weekend, but on a different day they could win the game, and we could see where the game could be won as well. So Ireland, for me, still favourites, along with France. I think it's still France's to lose with regards to having that home advantage. But I think we're still looking at a World Cup where we're looking at different players and going, yeah, there are different people here who can all potentially win the World Cup. But yeah, those are my 5 takeaways. I don't know what yours are down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.